Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Isaac D. Wizard Jr. and today I'm going to be presenting on two topics. So our first topic on the discussion will be linking CSS to an HTML file and text formation. And our second topic on the discussion will be the box model. Not to waste of time, let's get to business. Okay, welcome back to our discussion. So as we said, our first topic on the discussion today will be linking CSS to an HTML file and text formation, right? All right, first thing first, the first question you should ask yourself is, how do you link a CSS to an HTML file? To link an CSS to an HTML file, you have to link it in the head of the HTML. But before getting to business, you should ask yourself, why do you link a CSS to an HTML file? You link a CSS to an HTML file to beautify the work. So as you can see on the screen, the element that you are seeing highlighted are the element we use to link the CSS to the HTML file. Next, we have text formation using CSS. So the text formation is controlled using CSS property. So I'm going to list few properties to tell you how it works on the work page or on the worksheet, right? All right, so we have the front family. Specify the front of the text, how you want your text to be. Secondly, we have the front size. Whether you want your size of the text to be big or you want it to be small. You have the front width, which have to do with the boldness, the thickness of something, of the text. Normally we call it like capital letter big, capital letter are normally big, right? So we have the line height. Set the space between the line of the text. Normally, back then in high school or in elementary level, people normally say when you are writing, leave one line, leave two line. That's what we mean. The spaces you want between your text on the worksheet, right? Then we have the text alignment. The text alignment have to do with the left, the right of the page. Whether you want your text to be on the left side or whether you want your text to be on the right side. So yeah, a few examples you see on the screen. So we have the body there, and then you have the front size. I mean, you set up everything, the color, H1, Okay, so we move to our next topic, which we said was going to be the box model. So the CSS box model is the fundamental concept that describe how elements are structured. When something is structured is the way in which they are placed, right? So, and space on a web page is consists of four main parts. So the first one we have here is number one on our list. We have the component of the post. Each HTML element is treated as a rectangular box, right? You know how rectangle size look like, which includes the following layers from innermost and outermost. Number one, constant. The actual constant of the element. Example, you have to do with the text and the image. Example, Y and height define the size of the constant area. So example here we have the div, and under the div you see the weight, the height. The weight is in 200 pixel, the height is in 100 pixel, but it's your work, so it depends how you want it to be, right? So move to the second one, which is the padding. The padding has to do with the space between the content and the border. And the second one, it had to do with the internal spacing around the content. Example here also we have the div, we have the padding, we have 10 pixel, the area 10 pixel, but all that have to do with how you want your work to be. You will know how you want to know your work. The third here we have is the border. Surrounds the padding and the content. You can have white, start, or color. Also on your screen here too, you can see the example where you have the div, the margin. The margin is in 20 pixel, the edge is in 20 pixel, space is outside the element. I mean, you are seeing all the signs on the screen. So it leave with you. You want to know how you want to number your work, the number you want to put on your margin, the number of pixel you want to give it. I mean, everything. to the fourth one, which have to do with the box sizing properties, right? All right. By default, the width and height apply only to the content. By default, padding and border are the total size of the element. Example, look on your screen again. As you can see, where we have the div is in 200 pixel. Only applies to what? Content. The padding is in 10 pixel. Total weight become 200 pixel, 220 pixel. All right. So I mean, these numbers, we are the one building our own website. We put them there. We know how we want it to be. But it's your own website. You will know how you want it to be. And I mean, we are just teaching you the way. We are showing you, we are giving you the basis, right? So I want to say thank you for your time. We appreciate it. We see you next semester.